Hey, what's up everybody? This is my review of Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Soundwave. And here of course is Soundwave in the Mercedes SLS AMG vehicle mode. Looking really cool. The actual vehicle mode has a lot of nice details. Starting with the front here, you can see there's a detailed front grille with the Mercedes-Benz symbol there. You've got some grille detail there. The lights themselves are clear plastic. Looking pretty cool. The wheels and the rims and also the brakes, or the disc brakes in the back, you can see there are actually details there. You can see the slots in the actual disc brake rotors. That's really nice. You got some nice detail here on the side. Also on the hood here. This probably should be colored in black or silver or something, but nonetheless there's actually detail with those kind of vents or detail on the hood there. You can see inside the vehicle, got a lot of robot parts going on, of course. And a look at the underside of the vehicle. You've got the head there, the arms. So that's just a look at the vehicle mode. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at the mech tech weapon. Here it is. And according to the back of the package, this is the Sonic Cannon. You can see here it's got some blue and gold, which is very G1 Soundwave in terms of the colors. And you pull back on these handles here and it becomes what they call a interceptor dish. Or the way I like to think about it is when Soundwave is out on reconnaissance for Megatron, Soundwave can pick up all the bots gone wild on Skinamax, to pass his time. Anyways, yeah, so it looks like a satellite dish, basically. They call it an interceptor dish. But the nice thing about it is the default mode is the Sonic Cannon. As you know, the Deluxe class mech tech weapons, they don't lock in place like the Voyager class ones do. But yeah, the Sonic Cannon actually looks pretty good. So there you go, and it has the vehicle mode has two mech tech ports there. Plugs in just fine in either port. So with that said, let's go ahead and transform this guy into robot mode. So the first step for transformation into robot mode, you want to grab onto this section here and untab it from the rear of the vehicle. And you can see this whole assembly should come up. I'm going to pull up on it, and it's kind of on a hinge there. You just want to pull it forward, get it out of the way, and then you have these two sections of the bumper here. You actually want to slide these forward like that, and that will create a gap there and allow you to actually separate these out. And then you're going to take this whole section of the side of the vehicle, untab it, and it's actually going to unfold like that. I'll do the same thing over here. Just grab onto it and unfold it, and obviously these are going to become the legs. Now these two bits of plastic here, they actually will tab into place in the little groove there, this kind of half circle groove. So you want to make sure that these actually tab in place. You can see they actually slot in quite nicely, and they do stay in. So there you go, put that in there. Next thing you want to do, you want to fold this up. There is a slot there, and there is actually a peg. You want to just peg those and line them up, peg that in place, and do the same thing on the other leg, of course. And then you want to bring down the feet. You can see there. And there you have the legs and the feet complete. So to continue the transformation, at the front of the vehicle here, you want to take this section and rotate this down on both sides. Detach these pieces here. These are actually attached to the arms. And then what you want to do is you want to take the hood and rotate that back. And To make it easier, what I do is I rotate the arms up about like that, and then they can actually rotate inward like that, and that allows me to bring out the head. So you want to rotate up the head here, bring that up, and this piece actually gets folded underneath there. And then you have this section of vehicle, well, not really the vehicle, but this section of the robot. This is going to come and form the torso. Now there are two tabs here, and there are corresponding slots. And these should come together, and they should connect in a solid fashion. There we go. So, go ahead and unfold the arms. And you can kind of rotate them any way you want to, but you can see there's a rotation joint here, then there's a ball joint here. So I will just leave them like that for now. Up top here, what you want to do is rotate these around, and they actually will sort of angle in and kind of go behind the behind Soundwave's head here. There we go. And the other thing is you actually want to take this panel here and just rotate it down. It's kind of difficult because there's a lot of plastic in the way, but they're supposed to be able to kind of rotate forward on both sides of the shoulder. Something like that. And finally, on the arms, on the forearm rather, you want to take this and pull it out like that, and just do the same thing on the other side. So looking at the head, it is very, very nice. It's actually well sculpted. It's got very shiny silver paint on it with some red for the eyes. So thumbs up to Hasbro for that bit of detail there. Arms and parts of the legs, as you can see, are a dark blue, which is very reminiscent of any of the Soundwaves we've seen, whether it's Generation 1 or Cybertron. He's always seemed to have this dark blue color to him. You've got the Decepticon symbol there on his right forearm. And you've got a nice detail here in the chest area, the torso area, some gold there. As you saw in the transformation, however, this is a false chest in the sense that it's not really the chest or the grill that you see in the vehicle mode. So yeah, really nice. I like the transformation of the legs. It's pretty cool. There is one problem. You can see here he's got this little piece of plastic here, which is part of the, well, really part of the back section of the vehicle where it pegs in. But he's got this sticking between his legs here. It does have some detail to it, so looks like there's almost like a piston detail. So you maybe can use your imagination and pretend these are like blasters. But it is a little bit odd in terms of both in terms of getting in the way as well as just the placement is a little bit awkward underneath his, well, between his legs there. So yeah, look at the back of the robot mode there. For articulation, the head just appears to be on a swivel joint. You do have articulation at the shoulders. There's a ball joint there. You've got a bend there, and the hand itself can go in like that. There is no waist articulation. You do have ball jointed hips. They can go forward, out to the side. Can't really go back because you got all this kibble here. You've got a band at the leg, and that is really all you have for articulation. So one of the things that Hasbro has done well with this particular Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Soundwave is the overall color of the plastic here is not that bad. It's not as bad as this guy here, which is Dark of the Moon Sideswipe. And you can see here they really did a poor job at the color of the plastic that they chose. And you know, if you compare the two side by side, you know, Soundwave looks much better with his gray color of plastic as opposed to this really washed out light gray color. So at least they've done better with that in terms of the color of the plastic. However, not as good as this guy right here, which is of course the Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe. And you know, you got this shiny metallic paint as opposed to this plastic. So you know, these two compared, obviously this one has the better paint job. Well, it has a paint job actually, and instead of just being, you know, plastic. So just something to note that you know, at least they've improved a little bit on this guy compared to the Sideswipe figure in terms of the color of the plastic. And let us not forget the Mech Tech weapon. In robot mode, this guy actually has several options for wielding the weapon as well as storage. Of course, you can place the weapon in his hand, and it does work in either hand, so you do have options for placing it in either hand like that. But Hasbro has cleverly put these two ports up here. So what that means is you can plug in the cannon and have it mounted on a shoulder, Generation 1 style. So that's cool. And yes, it does work in either one, so you could have it over here if you wanted to. Plug it in over there. And when I was talking about storage, well, you can use these ports back here just to have him store his weapon. You know, something like that. So you do have quite a bit of options there in terms of wielding and storage for the Mech Tech weapon. Size comparisons. Well, here we have the Soundwave Deluxe figure next to Voyager class Megatron, and Crankcase, of course, all being from the Dark of the Moon line. And of course, we cannot forget Dark of the Moon Deluxe class Starscream. And finally, we have Soundwave next to his Autobot enemies, Bumblebee and Ratchet. So final thoughts on Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Soundwave. Well, overall this figure is really nice, and I really do recommend you pick it up if you have the opportunity to do so. There are a couple issues I have, one being this piece of plastic that hangs down between the legs here. It's unfortunate that that is there. However, I can kind of understand Hasbro and how they really were limited as to what they could do. You couldn't really make a joint there because it's all clear plastic. It would have been nice to have this fold away somehow, but I understand it's a deluxe class figure. You know, they have their limitations as to what they can do. The other thing is just the overall color of the plastic. Like I mentioned before, this color actually is not that bad. This gray color. It's much better than we saw with the Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Sideswipe figure. So those are the kind of the two things I would say that are kind of negatives about the figure. But on the positive side, it has a fantastic head sculpt and fantastic paint application on the head with the really vibrant metallic silver in the red eyes. Definitely thumbs up there, Hasbro. And as I mentioned before, also the this dark blue, the dark blue that can be found on the arms, parts of the legs, and parts of the Mech Tech weapon. Very much reminiscent of Generation 1 Soundwave with the dark blue. So really good color selection there on Hasbro's part. And also I like the versatility of the Mech Tech ports. You've got the 2 ports here on the shoulder. Makes for a really nice Generation 1 look to have the cannon here on the mounted on the shoulder. And of course you have the option of mounting it, or not mounting it, but holding, having the figure hold it in its hands, or you can store it on the back for storage. So really nice. And I do want to bring up a point though. There is perhaps a rumor. I was watching a well-known Transformers reviewer here on YouTube, and he was talking about the Transformers Prime First Edition toys and how they were pretty much canceled here in the United States. And he made mention of Soundwave, Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Soundwave, as perhaps being one of those toys that may not show up in retail stores here in the United States. And I have to say that would be a shame, because this figure actually is pretty nice. With those 2 small exceptions, this figure is a very nice Dark of the Moon Soundwave. I do plan on getting the Human Alliance version when I see it in the retail stores. But going back to the rumor was that this figure is not going to show up here in the United States in retail stores, and that really would be a shame, because I want to pick up another one, and it would be a shame for those of you who are for those of you who do not have this figure yet. I'll tell you that I did pay around $30 for this figure. Yes, $30. That includes shipping. So I think the figure was a buy it now on eBay for around $20, and it was like $10 shipping. Now, considering this was shipped from China, that was pretty cheap for international shipping. So I really hope that that rumor turns out to be false, and that we will see Soundwave in stores, both for me so I can get another copy, and also for you guys out there who may not have Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Soundwave. Alright, well, thanks for watching. This has been my review of Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Soundwave. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.